Hi, Sandy from Seldon at Rise London, Europe's largest fintech building in Shoreditch in London. Just want to give you a quick macro view of AI. Then I think I've got one of my data scientists on standby to give us his insight as to what constitutes a good data science project and what data scientists are looking for when being recruited. So at the moment we're seeing early adopters of AI are actually reporting 3 to 15 percentage points of margin higher than their industry averages. What does this mean in the future? Well, once those AI investments start maturing, that income gap is going to significantly grow versus their competitors. The earlier adopters are actually deploying AI at the core of their business, versus later adopters tend to be experimenting with use cases and deploying AI on the periphery of their business core. Again, another really interesting stat. With over 600 use cases that have been identified, you guys really need to figure out, number one, what capabilities do you already have, what talent do you need to recruit, where there's gaps, what startups you need to engage to actually fulfill those needs and deliver those pilots. Then there's also the next generation technologies, which is the whole data transformation piece, digital transformation piece, and then there's getting buy-in. So you really need a strong proactive strategic posture for AI with C-level buy-in, as well as a strong digital starting point. All of these things constitute a serious adopter of AI. And it is here to stay. Things are really hotting up. But I think more on the data science side, Maxime from Seldon.
Hi guys.
Maxime, in terms of what would you say comprises a really good, solid data science project? What components?
Well, I think that for a good use case, what you really need beforehand is a way to link the success of the data science project to some clear business KPIs. For example, if you're going to build a model and measure its accuracy, you want to be able to have in mind the link between this accuracy and the earnings on the business side. So this is the only way to really assess the feasibility of a project before starting it. Mm-hmm. Another important point is the data pipeline of the company. So these models require that you already have access to a very functional data pipeline, so that you can easily plug the model into it at the end. And before that, you need to have access to all of the historical data in order to build models. So you need to have a company that has been collecting data for sometimes a couple of years, depending on the use case.
Mm-hmm. And does a company need to have specific tools in place for a data scientist to do their work, or can a data scientist come in and just say he's been using TensorFlow or PyTorch, can he just bring those tools in to a new company? Is it as simple as that, or do you have to follow what the company actually uses already?
It really depends on the stack of the company. So obviously it's better when the company's got a flexible stack, because you don't want to put any constraint on the model building part. It's already a difficult enough job. So usually part of the process is to find the tool that is best suited for building this particular model.
Right.
If there are already constraints in place that can slow down the process of building a model.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. And last question while you're here. So there's a $30 billion excess demand for data scientists in America alone last year. Most people are trying to recruit them. In terms of, so as a data scientist, when you're looking to, if you were to move to a new company, what is attractive to a data scientist in terms of moving to a company? So what would you want them to kind of have already, or what kind of things would you find attractive to actually want to work there as a data scientist?
So I cannot talk about all the data scientists, but well, at least in my opinion, something very attractive is the tech stack of the company. As I said earlier, you don't want to have constraints for how you work, so you want to be able to use whichever tool is best suited for the job, be it TensorFlow or scikit-learn or working with Spark. And in a similar way, I think an open culture in the company is very important, because your job may require you to access a lot of different systems, to interface with a lot of different systems in the company. You want to be you want this process to be very easy, really.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think, if you're a business manager, you need to take responsibility to go and find out where are there pockets of data, and then attach a use case and a KPI, to that pocket of data. And if you can't find the data, if you don't know where the data is, you've got to go and find it, ask around internally, be a hustler to find these pockets of data. Because once you've got that, you can then build out a use case and figure out how can I impact your business. So anyway, this is Andy from Seldon, Maxime from Seldon, saying goodbye. Have a great day. See you next time.